how to shoot when I was 7. I used to bust shots crazy. I couldn't even look because the loud sound used to scare me. I love my pops for that. I love my nigga, he black. I'll take the life of anybody trying to change what's left. And through all of that, a nigga ain't scared to death. All y'all brand new niggas just scared to death. I spent too many nights sniffing coke, getting right, wasting my life. Now I'm trying to make things right. Praying over some gates, invest in the rag business, do things for the kids. Build a jungle gym behind the crib so they can enjoy youth. CVRs and VCRs, ATVs and big screen TVs. Nigga, please, don't make me have to risk my freedom. We worked our whole life for this. You get your shit beaten.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to another Monday night at the fights. Let's just get this fixed, as we always seem to have an issue now. Maybe it's the way YouTube's way of saying, yo, come on, dude, get a better camera than what you got. I got to get these glasses off. What's happening, everybody? Good to see everybody. We got a special guest with us tonight who hopefully will be part of this moving forward. He was with us a few weeks ago. He's part of the family. Let me bring him in without further ado. My partner at the fight desk tonight, Mr. Johnny Baranacci. Johnny, what's happening, my brother? What is happening?
How you doing, Craig?
Good to see you, buddy. What's the good word? All is well?
All is well. Just finished having supper with the wife, and
that's important.
Another hard day at work. You know what I mean?
I know, brother. I know. Keep banging away.
Just putting her to the grind.
Well, you went right from the ring to even more physical hard work. That's all you know. That's built in you. That's your deep. There you go, my man. At one time, wait. I'll give you a good laugh. Hold on a second.
Right.
Hold on. I broke my wife's chops tonight. I said, you know, hon, I think tonight what I'll do is I'll come on in a tank top. I'll start showing some of the ink. I don't want to have to start flexing on dudes at 57. But you know what, John? Now that you just did that for everybody out there to get a quick laugh, hold on. Big Papa Pump is still in the house, baby.
Not a two bank.
Nah. Make love, not war, right? Here we go.
Well,
we got a good one tonight. I think we got a good one tonight, John. I want to just welcome in our crew, if you don't mind, Johnny. Nikki, big shout out. Duke, all love, my brother. Roy, all the way from Ireland, my man. Love you, buddy. You know that. We talked a lot today. Benny, OG Mike, Baywatcher, what's happening? Always good to see good faces here. Stevie, what's up, my brother? Always a pleasure. OG Mike, you're so nice. Got to say it twice, OG. Roy, again. I just want to make sure we don't miss anybody. We got a little earlier start tonight because you know what? People do get up early in the morning. Matty Boy, Benny, I think I got everybody. As people come in, I'll try to shout you out. I don't want to talk over what you might, again with this camera, I don't want to talk over, Johnny, what you might to the fight. So what I'm thinking about doing is we could either lower the sound on the play-by-play of the fight, or we could do what we usually do. We let the fight play out, and in between rounds, I'll stop it, and you'll just give us a couple of your quick thoughts of what you're seeing and who you had for that round. Okay? How's that sound? I lost you. I can't hear you. You got your mic. You're saying we're having problems with your mic, buddy.
There we go.
All right. So did you hear what I said?
Yeah, I'd rather talk between the rounds.
Beautiful. That's what we'll do. So and then we'll stop it in between rounds and we'll go from there. We got a good one tonight. Let's get to it. Before we get to it, I want to give a shout out to just a couple of different places. Absolutely. I'd like to shout out a place you know very well, St. Catherine's Boxing Club up in the Niagara area. A special shout out to Mr. Joe Corrigan, who puts that program together. And Johnny, if you want to add to that, you can. If not, I just want to give them a shout out.
Joey was a great fighter. He was in the actually Port Dalhousie Boxing Club when he started younger. And Joey was a was a boxer. He was very good, good punch, but he also knew how to dance. And he was just one of the other top ranking boxers here in Ontario and Canada, along with Jamie Peggendam and Stevie and all those guys. Joey had a talent that a lot of people didn't have, and he was a very, very smart fighter.
All right. I want to just give them a shout out. That's well deserved. And I also want to shout out Mr. Ray Longo and Law Wyman MMA, Longo Sarah Wyman MMA, with the team of Aljamain Sterling, Marab, Matt Sarah, Chris Weidman. The list goes on and on and on. Matt Frivola, Bazooka. They got a list of guys. Ray's got a bunch of killers. Not in the UFC. Dead. Ray, love you. We had a conversation just before I came on. You're a friend. I love you. Can't wait to have you back on. Just keep doing what you're doing. Anybody in the tri-state area that wants to go to MMA school, not because he's a friend, it's where to go. It's where to be. Learn from the best. Train with the best. Go see Ray Longo, MMA, Law MMA in Garden City, Long Island. Go check him out. They are the best. He's got all those champions for a reason. All those champions for a reason. So let's get on with it. We shout everybody out. Show love to who we need to show love to. Show love to everybody in the chat. Show love to you, Johnny. Thank you for being here, my friend. And let's get rolling. Let's get this started. I remember, let's go back to this. Oh, Freddie Pitbull Libertori, dear friend of mine. Freddie, if you're watching this, love you, buddy. You'll be coming on. I know we talked about it.
Can I just throw one thing in quick, Nick?
Yeah, Johnny, go. Oh, there you go.
Good friend of mine, Eddie Mello from Canada, right?
All right.
Good fighter. Just a little respect for Eddie for tonight, all right?
Absolutely, Eddie Mello. This is for you, bud.
Absolutely.
Sounds good. All right, you ready?
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely, man. That's what we do.
Absolutely.
Hold on a minute.
Princess Heem there, I really liked when he first come out. He remind me of like a Hecker Camacho, eh?
Yep, 1 second. We got a little situation here. We're going to straighten out right now. Here we go. I'm going to try to make the screen as big as I can for everybody.
There you go.
Would make
Here we go.
a hero in Mexico. The Prince believes that a victory will earn him recognition as a great fighter as well as a great showman.
Here we go, Johnny boy.
He was a cocky fighter.
Heard about the tactical
But
Prince
hey,
is a south.
I got to give him credit. He knew how to
Dispenses
fight.
with the jab relatively early, squares his shoulders,
He knew how to
and
fight.
throws power punches. Marco Antonio Barrera is a conventional fighter, but by far his biggest weapon is the left hook, especially to the body.
Boy,
Well,
they've
watch
got
these
one
guys
of the most
punch.
straight-laced
Their
referees in the
punches and
business.
the
Joe
quickness is
Cortez, it's not going to take a lot of foolishness. So
unmatched by
be
middleweight
careful
for
of the
heavyweight. Totally
disqualification.
unmatched. So fast. Bang, 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 bang.
Barrera's got to make
I
sure
couldn't
he's
stand this dude.
in every
He-
round with a good body
He'd be a
shot.
friend of ours, too,
Get
Kevin
this
Kelly.
guy off of his feet, moving away from you. And the Prince has got to come out of his trick bag and make Barrera try to be a showman as well.
Navy T, what's up, my brother? Tracy, how are you, dear?
Boxing, not just waiting in.
Oh,
To the body.
there we go.
With a left hook upstairs.
Bing. But to me, to be a fighter and have your hands down as you're trying to fight, I don't care how good you are. I'm keeping my hands up.
You don't want to get into a slugging
No
match
matter
with the
how
Prince.
good I am. that's just
Oh,
a
looks so good at the start.
natural
He
reaction. You
looks
know what
off
I mean?
balance. You hit him
It's
with your
hot. How
jab,
are you,
it
buddy?
shows an effect. You begin to feel like
Camera keeps going
I
out.
can do
Don't know
this
why.
easily. That's what Kevin Kelly thought.
Ahmed was momentarily dazed, I thought. Conned his way out of it, took some good shots. He's back on his feet.
I'm good, Tracy. I'm good. Thank you.
Barrera to taste his power just a little bit.
Nice left hook. Bing, bing, bing.
Barrera is not looking in.
Big left hand by Barrera.
He is boxing and picking his spots.
It's a very interesting choice of fight plans by Barrera, and he's making it work very effectively in round one. He's landed 2 big left hooks upstairs and a couple of shots to the body. Naz hasn't done any real damage.
And that left hook that Barrera landed was a hurting left hook. Those are the kinds that make you stop and wonder what in the world you're in the ring with or who.
Round one is all Barrera as Prince Nassim takes several power shots from the Mexican star.
Johnny,
Yes.
what do you got that round? What did you see that round?
Pretty close, but I'd take a Barrera. Yep.
Yeah, I had Barrera that round. That one shot definitely almost dropped him. He spaghetti legged him.
Do you
And
want
he's,
to put us on? Do you want to put us on through the fight as it goes?
Yeah. Tell us whatever
I
you're
think-
thinking. From a fighter standpoint, what you're seeing.
Yeah, I think it's better.
Yeah. So what do you think Barrera was feeling that round? Feeling out?
He's a pretty tough fighter, and I watched a lot of his fights too when he was coming up, and he's a very disciplined fighter, absolutely. Whereas Prince, like I said, him, do you remember Ore Paez? He would used to come in the ring and do backflips and stuff like that.
I'm sure I do. It's been so long. I was a big
Ore
boxer.
Paez was his name, and he reminds me of the
like
same
this?
style of fighter. These guys could fight.
All right.
Problem is that their egos took over
Yep.
their personality. You know what I mean? And they just became a nobody after they got knocked out.
Absolutely. All right. So you got 10-9 Barrera after one, correct?
Absolutely.
All right. Let's go. Round two. OG Ruby, what's happening, OG? Full ball as well.
So we're on now, right?
You got OG Ruby, OG Mike, my man Davey T. Yanni is together. Yanni Farinacci, who's better than me?
So see, he's in the corner telling him, "Hey, keep on this guy because he's making mistakes. He's making mistakes because he's too cocky."
Good work, Marcos.
Something about the Mexican fighters. I've spent a lot of time down in Arizona, and I'll tell you right now, it's a different world down there. It's not the same down up here, and that's not even Mexico.
I lowered the sound so we could hear you. Yeah, good. Whatever.
Yep.
Say whatever. Here we go.
Round two.
The Barrera crowd was going wild every time he connected with Naz because Naz's head
And
swivels
see,
around as though
Barrera is smart. He doesn't fall into his annex, and he plays it smart, and he plays a close-knit fighter. And see how I say where you got to keep your hands up all the time. Prince Hassim there, watch. Drops his hands down, thinks he's a lot better of a fighter than what Barrera is. Watch.
Our boy Kevin Kelly had him beat and wound up losing to him.
It just doesn't work. Watch.
Oh, another left hand again.
Exactly. Like
That left hand is there all day already. You can see it.
Exactly. It's part of boxing, right?
Well, Nassim was flashy bastard. I couldn't stand him.
Barrera, watch Barrera. How smart he is. Watch. Bang, 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 bang. Watch. Like,
I love it, Johnny. I love it, buddy.
smart. He's very smart. Watch. That's why he's winning the fight, because he's more mindset than the other guy. Watch this. Watch this. He's already got him beat.
Notice that Barrera, when they're in close, has his head.
See?
His hands very.
He's not playing into his game.
Very aware of Hamed's punching power.
Barrera's got to make certain when he throws his shots that he's at home. Don't go lunging out there.
Just love it. Just love it. Like, see? Wait a minute. He's gonna fake.
Oh, this got dirty. Wow.
Yeah. I remember watching this fight, and that was the dirtiest. This is what costed Hassim the fight. When he did that to Barrera, he actually made Barrera upset by doing something like that in the ring.
Go ahead, Tracy. Let him know, Tracy.
I'm gonna say you don't do stuff like that.
It's funny. Ray Longo said to me before we texted before I came on. Ray said to me, I was so happy I couldn't stand this son of a bitch. I'm glad he got smashed.
Yeah. He got his ass kicked.
Because if you see the guy Ray trains, none of them are flashy. They just get to work.
I don't know if it was this fight, but I seen him fight another guy, what it was, but when he actually had the fighter and he turned the fighter around, he put his pelvic region into his back and pretended he was humping him, right? Do you remember that fight? That was terrible. Absolutely terrible. That's why those guys don't last, right?
Absolutely, Johnny.
Yeah, they just don't last. But you watch Barrera. See how he stands like this, right? And just keeps in composure, and just keep his mind focused, and that's part of the game right there.
All right.
What that other guy wants him to do is lose his focus, and then become a target where he's gonna either knock him out or.
Right. So, John, right now, after 2 rounds, what do you have in that second round? 10-9 Barrera again, or you saw something different?
I would take Barrera again in that fight.
So after 2 rounds, we have it 20-18 Barrera. I think it's safe to say. If anybody in the chat has something different, put it in there. Otherwise, if you got nothing else to say, Johnny, let's go to round 3, right?
Absolutely. Let's get her.
As both fighters wound up on the canvas together.
You got him fighting your type of fight. That's what you want.
Well, I love Emmanuel Stewart. That was my guy.
You getting him confused.
He trained Lenny Lewis.
Like that. Bam, right through the sun, okay? Let him start.
Thank you, Roy.
That's your key. You got it, Kim. You're more intelligent than him. Much more intelligent than him. Then lift up your head and keep working. You're doing great.
I raised the volume because I figure we'll talk at the end of the round.
You watch Barrera, how he stays so focused.
He's coming forward.
A review of the wrestling incident. There you see
don't
an
get into this guy's game, you know what I mean?
Jumps into
It's like playing on the street, you know what I'm saying?
Barrera holds him by the waist. They dance around and fall to the canvas.
And I think Barrera's big complaint was that Naz wrapped his arm around the back of his neck.
I think the big complaint is that he
See how he's got his hands up?
a long time in that dressing. He's unsteady about it. He doesn't like
He think he's going to put the pressure on him. Watch.
Round 2 was fought at a slow pace. 35 punches thrown by Hamed, 31 by Barrera. That is the kind of pace at which Prince Nassim wants to fight. That's why Emmanuel Stewart said perfect when he came back to the corner.
Watch this. That's right.
Barrera is allowing Hamed to create and make the fight. He's not initiating anything. Just sits and wait to counter. That could be good, could be very bad.
Is it out of respect for Nassim's power that Barrera is fighting the way he is?
See that left
I
hook?
think, Jim, it's because they feel that Nassim is more effective as a counterpuncher rather than taking the lead. And they're testing him in this way.
No, he's hesitant because he's reluctant. That's what he's been. If you're a good fighter like Barrera, you want to stay in there, keep the action going, and take advantage of it.
All right, bring up. Blood on the nose of Marco Antonio Barrera, apparently from one of those left-hand shots by Nassim.
Nassim keeps his eyes up, his hands down, his neck is straight into the air. Why doesn't the guy charge him? He's reluctant. You must take advantage of all of these openings created by your opponent.
So while Barrera, in the weeks leading up to the fight, insisted that he had no particular respect for Nassim's power, he's fighting as though he does.
When a guy stands in front of you with his hands down and his neck up, wow, what are you waiting on?
That's what I said. Did you hear what he just said? Exactly.
Ahmed smiling at Barrera.
Exactly what I said.
Barrera continuing the fight at a pace which favors Prince Nassim, or at least seems to.
Boom. Get him.
When the Prince gets into a good rhythm, he throws 2 rights and then a left. 2 lefts and then a right. He hasn't found his rhythm yet.
Barrera lands a jab.
Boom.
Prince Nassim grins. Barrera lands a right hand. Prince Nassim grins bigger.
It's like a snake charmer, that Prince.
He is a
Stands
snake
in front
charmer.
of a good puncher like that takes a lot of nerves.
Absolutely.
Well, he's got enormous reflexes, and he's getting hit here,
Little shovel.
perhaps more frequently than he expected. Prince Nassim stepping
Not too
into
many
a straight
punches
left
that
hand,
round.
glancing blow. The blood
Okay.
is flowing from both nostrils of Barrera.
So far, Barrera has.
Talk to me, Johnny. What do you think you saw that round? Talk to us.
Wasn't a lot of punches thrown that round, but when it was, I don't know. It's just the way that Prince Hamid there, it's just the way he projects his punches.
So we're gonna, it's safe
not,
to say,
it's not a scoring technique. You know what I mean?
yeah. But you would say he looked optics wise. You would give that round to Hassim, or you still think Barrera?
Yeah, I would give it to him. Yeah.
Who, Barrera or Nassim?
Hassim.
All right, so we got it 2 rounds to 1 going into round 4. If anybody sees it different, all right, Roy's got it the same way. Everybody pretty much sees it the same way. Johnny, I want to thank you for your certain things that you might see, you know, especially when you're talking about, you were getting into, I know we won't hold it up. I'll get the fight going. You know, the Mexican fighters, they come forward. A lot of them come forward. They just come forward. A lot of punches, crazy cardio, and they just bring it. Whereas Nassim's fighting off his back foot. He's off balance. His hands are low. You know, has all the equations to getting knocked out. Somehow this guy, for a long time, was able to not get knocked out. But we'll see what happens here.
And it can affect the judge's decisions between rounds.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah. You want to be the aggressor. You want to show defense. You want to show aggression. Well, you don't show that with your hands down.
Let's go. Here we go.
Neutralize the punching power of the Prince.
I got him under control.
You stayed on the ropes. And
Johnny, can you read that?
Yeah.
All right, that's Nicky
Wait,
for
hold
you.
on. Let me work on
Yeah, I
this.
see that.
All right. Got you, Nick.
That's it.
Next round.
Okay. And keep roughing him up. You know, when you finish up, get your punches, move his body when you finish up. You understand? Be a little more physical with it. You understand? If you throw a shot, you block it, push it with it. Understand? Start physically breaking him down now.
You know, Johnny, I love the manual Stewart. Tommy Hearns was my favorite fighter growing up. So I love the manual.
Then followed by a
I love
left
the
in the
hit,
nose
man.
by the Prince is
He
probably
was
what
good.
drew blood.
But this was the one fighter I couldn't stomach.
And that punch was probably good enough to win the round from Hamed, as the two fighters combined to land only 21 punches,
Tommy
13 by the
Hitman
Prince,
was
only 8 by
fucking
Barrera.
awesome.
You heard Barrera's corner asking for more activity. They said you stood still and he hit you. Don't do that. Harold, how do you have it through 3?
Okay, Jim, I got a 2 rounds to 129-28. Prince Nassim Hamed. He was just the busier guy in rounds 2 or 3. I don't think Marco threw enough punches. Jim, what Marco Antonio Barrera is doing in this fight is this. He's moving to the left to stay outside of the Prince's lead foot. The Prince is a southpaw. By going to the left, you make him reach with his left hand.
Pray everything's all right with Cinnamon Girl.
So
I haven't
Barrera's
seen Cinnamon. I pray everything's okay with her family.
Stay away from that left hand.
Talk about
Big
it.
left hand by Barrera inside. Stuns Prince Nassim.
Walked into that one.
Smiling, but there's no question he was hurt by that left.
I have it 2 rounds to 1 for Barrera.
That's the problem with being a
Prince is
southpaw.
going to get hit a lot because he falls
You gotta
asleep
be
all
careful.
the time. Playing
Real
around.
careful.
He gets hit because he's off balance, George.
Oh,
And
he
a complete balanced fighter like Barrera
He's
is
not
going to
off
hit him.
balance, Larry.
See, I've
Just
never
can't
fought
mention this guy
seen a
moving
guy
with
fight
your
like this
orthodox
before in my life.
He's only
Never.
off balance when he's doing something that the orthodox box is doing. He hasn't got in one position yet. Ooh.
He gets hit because Barrera is an excellent
I don't
boxer
care
who
how
steps
you are.
inside and asserts himself as he did right there.
That's for sure.
Nice jab and a straight punch to the body by the Prince, who seems fully recovered from those earlier blows.
When the Prince seems like he has this guy under control, he falls asleep, doesn't pay any attention to what he's doing, and he pays because the guy Barrera is a puncher.
No, George, because the guy Barrera is a terrific fighter, and you can't relax against a fighter like him. You might get away with it against lesser fighters.
That's it. I'm just gonna wait. And then you
Now you see
open the
Prince
vault
watching him,
and you
steps
take the
back
money.
like a cat, and recovers real good.
Barrera ringing the right hand shot to the body.
That right hand was the best shot for the Prince. Good right hand.
He seems to be throwing one punch at a time, George.
Oh, no doubt about it. That's what happens when you're a puncher. You don't believe in your combination because you think you can take a guy out with one shot.
Shooting the straight left down the middle. That's what Prince Nassim wants to do. Barrera goes to the body.
Every round, Barrera should send him to the corner hurt with a good body shot.
In round 4, Marco Antonio Barrera landed the more telling blow.
What do you got, John?
I'll take Barrera on that one.
Yeah, I got Barrera there. I just want to answer this question. Dave, I'm going to reach out to her. I have her some information. I'm like a little hesitant too because I just pray everything's okay and they get the strength they need. That's all.
You gotta do what you gotta do, brother.
Yeah, I'll reach out. I know when she's not here, but we'll talk about it. We'll definitely. I'll figure it out. I'll reach out to her.
Family's family.
Yeah, absolutely. And our prayers are with her. Everybody in this chat, I know, is like that, and we all care about her and love her, and she's a big part of what we do here. I want to, as we go into this next round, we got Barrera up here. I want to give a shout out to Roger Lumyard up in the Niagara region there. Great Muay Thai coach, great Muay Thai legend in his own right. Shout out to Roger. Shout out to Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, Henzo, Hal, all of them guys. I know firsthand Gracie Jiu-Jitsu is the way. Obviously, being friends with Ray Longo and Matt, and I have a son that's whatever. Shout out to all the Gracies for creating what they've created here in this country with Gracie Jiu-Jitsu.
Oh.
We are behind on points. It's 3 rounds to 1. That's the score. You're getting it. See, when you're getting hit, it may not be that much, but your head is up, so it looks bad to the ground. And he's catching it with one punch.
Absolutely, someday.
Every
Who
time you
knows?
come in, he's catching it with the left hook. You're coming in from here, and you get caught.
Nice and controlled. You got it. Just
What a fight! What a fight, Johnny.
Really good
You're doing
fight.
well, and you're winning, Marcus. You need to
I
throw more
back in the
jabs.
day
But
watching these lightweight fights, and you know, like Sugar Ray Leonard and Roberto
Very
Duran was my
composed
hero,
Barrera.
of course.
Absolutely, Tracy.
That was a hit.
Absolutely.
What a fighter!
Right
he was,
hand
Barrera.
inside.
Absolutely, Davey. You know
Great
it.
thing so far
Just a
is
warrior.
he has
Everybody
stayed
feels the same
away
way.
from the Prince's power.
Thank you.
In fact, he's
I don't know
been
why
so
my avatar
scrupulous
camera
about
keeps
staying
going
away
out.
from the
It's
Prince's power
it's time to get a
that he
new camera.
doesn't follow up when he lands a good
Yeah,
shot.
now you're back to that Muay
In the
Thai
last
guy.
round, Barrera twice landed good shots, didn't step in to try to follow up with anything. Hunt and Peck were both fighters ever since round one. In the last round, Barrera landed 9 power punches to only 4 for Prince Nassim, and a couple of them were good hard shots.
Good left to the side of the head by the Prince that time. This Prince hit so hard and he believes in his power. Barrera is standing real, basically in position to counter with any combination.
We've covered Prince Nassim with glory for his punching power, and justifiably so off his record. But if any fighter's been wobbled here, it isn't Barrera, it's Naz.
Thanks, Benny. I'm going to reach out.
Too much wobbling for the Naz tonight.
Reach out.
Barrera is starting to connect with a left jab.
Naz with a quick combination there.
Absolutely.
Well, you don't want to pick on a rough guy like that in the rough tactics. He can
I tell you, Davey, all the time, buddy.
Prince will find that out with Barrera.
You see how my camera's going out? It just puts my avatar up. So whenever you want to come on, Davey, you know you have it. Michael, how are you, buddy? Welcome. We're midway through. You see it? My camera keeps going out. We're midway through this Prince Nassim Hamed and Marco Antonio Barrera fight. We got Johnny Farinazzi.
The Prince knows that
Fought on the Canadian national team, boxer himself.
has been unsuccessful so far.
Pulling fight with me.
Both looking to
So
find the right
adds a little
way to
flavor,
approach
adds a little
each other.
experience, a lot of
Standing in the middle
experience.
of the ring.
I like the way Barrera counter punches. Watch. Bang, bang, bang.
Turns the fight around.
He's able to pop Naz with it.
Anytime, Davey, you know that, boy. You've been
He's
with
like
me from day one, right, Davey?
He's like an
One
Oscar De La
subscriber.
Hoya. Eh?
Thank
He's
you,
like
bud.
a De La Hoya.
Here you see the difficulty of trying to get to Prince Nassim's body, although Barrera gets a right hand in there. For the most part, Barrera has been feinting toward the body because as you start forward, Naz is gone. Big left hand by Prince Nassim.
You know, he was right in the pocket that
Now
time.
he's getting pissed
He
off.
didn't jump away as Barrera thought he would. He just stepped in with that
Let's fight.
left cross. That's what it was.
Yep. Well done, George.
This guy has just got the reflexes of a cobra.
Of a crouching tiger.
Something like that.
Of a hidden dragon.
Tracy, good night. You have a great night. Thank you for coming with us tonight. We'll see you soon, love. Take care. Have a great night, Tracy. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Johnny, what do you got that round, Johnny?
I got Barrera.
Pushing the fight, right? He's pushing the whole fight.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Whereas Hamid thinks he's got the control of the fight just with his antics, right? But Barrera's counteracting. Why? By making points and punches, and that's how you win a fight. You don't win a fight by just displaying things to people, right?
I'll tell you, if you look at we're able to look at the judges' scorecards right now. They're seeing it totally different than the way we're seeing it. Unbelievable.
Oh shit! I believe it.
I mean, but that's what makes it great that we can go back to these things and watch them again. You know.
Yep.
Here we go. Let's go.
Well, you have to give this guy those rounds.
But if you really look at this fight,
Listen, you
know who's winning and who ain't. It's a joke.
If the fight goes away as well right now, you lose your championship. You know, he's going to have to fight. You know, see, every time you get hit with a little light punch, your head is
OG
up,
Ruby,
and therefore it looks much worse than it is.
have a good night, my dear. Yo tô solid. OG Ruby, yo tô solid.
Marco, your jab. Your jab.
You like that?
Control him with the
There
jab.
you go.
Feint
Yeah,
him
hit you with
and
a
use
little
the
of that.
jab to keep him at bay.
That's the southbound coming out.
Ahmed may have won this round. Short left hand. Didn't get his full extension.
He's
Shoulders
right
and
there
hips
with him.
into
Like
it.
believe me, he ain't no slouch.
Let's go. Well, as Larry said, it has become a chess match.
There we
Generally
go.
speaking, featherweights average
Watch.
throwing about 60 punches per round. Your average run-of-the-mill club featherweight might throw 60 punches in a round. In this fight, my CompuBox numbers.
They got him
Prince
up.
Nassim
Imagine
Ahmed is
this. We
averaging
got
20 punches per
Barrera
round,
up two.
and
We got Barrera up 4 rounds to
39.
nothing.
So they're throwing about
Or
half
5
the
rounds to
average
1,
number
maybe.
of punches.
Why
per
the
featherweight.
lots of punches, right?
And Barrera is doing the
He's
boxing
carrying
this
the whole
time.
fight.
Good
But
job of
let's
boxing.
see.
Absolutely. Watch.
Well, you've heard Emmanuel Stewart's
Like I
opinion
say.
as he has now told Prince Nassim in 2
Roy,
consecutive
what do you have,
3-round
Roy?
periods,
Roy,
losing
I'm
5,
curious what
you're
Roy
rolling
has
way
for
behind.
David.
If this
Nick,
keeps
what do you
going
guys
this way,
think? What do you
you've lost
guys
your
have? Are you with
championship.
me and Johnny here?
Not only
Oh,
so, he made him tuck his head.
Look at
just
the
a
punches
little bit by
Barrera's
telling it
throwing
looks more
compared to
like
Hassim.
he's doing more
Right?
damage to
Bang,
you.
bang, bang,
Look
bang,
at
bang.
that. There you are.
Jab,
There it
jab,
is.
jab,
The
jab.
head is too straight up.
The head
Nothing.
was up. Barrera
Look.
landed a right. As his chin flung out to the side, that means
Look.
points.
I'll tell you one thing, Johnny, you'll be able to speak on this. One thing, absolutely, Mexican fighters do. Most of Teddy Atlas's guys did. A lot of training teacher fighters is your guy for
Barrera
sure.
goes to the body real quick for the left jab.
Mexican fighters, they love putting water in the
Man is
basement,
best
banging the
keeping
body,
southpaw
banging the
position
body,
and stay away from that
banging the
jab.
body, working the body. And you see Barrera, every chance he gets, he rips one to the body.
As the head went into the
Absolutely.
conventional stance, Barrera got up on his toes, ready to throw more jabs.
Barrera kept
Were you
saying
taught, Johnny, to go to the body a lot or just volume, volume, volume?
Attack.
Like I told you before when we talked before, my one trainer, Robbie D'Angelo from Rochester, New York, he taught me to hit to the body,
Those of us at ringside
get
have been
inside,
flummoxed
he said, and you know what he said?
because
Johnny
Barrera
just
was
tear
convincing
his guts
about the
apart,
notion that he
right?
would go forward and make it
Just
a war,
punch
and he's
deep
done
inside.
anything but.
He's done a good job
And
of actually boxing tonight.
I was a pretty good fighter inside.
Lands the better jabs, straight right hands. He lands the better.
Especially
People ain't leaning back like that. That's dangerous.
When you got power, you want to be
Right now, he's
not only
confounding
outside,
Prince
you want to
Nassim.
be inside.
Everybody agrees with us. They got Barrera. They don't know what the judges are looking at.
You throw a nice inside punch to the body, it's like
And as the
punching
rounds
him
go
on the
by,
chin. He's
if
done.
You know,
Barrera
hey,
continues to
Johnny,
pile
you
up
know what we're
points,
gonna get you?
you might have the specter of
I'm
Prince
gonna get you
Nassim
one of
having
them.
to
You
go
know
try
the
to
coal
hunt him
miners. They
down
got the
in the late
flashlight.
rounds.
He's already trying that.
But you know the helmet, the hard hat. I got one. I'm gonna get it. I got one. I'm sending it to you. I'm sending it to you.
It's funny you say that because my grandfather was that down in Cape Breton, Nova
Oh,
Scotia. My mom's side. Yep. Yep.
yeah.
That was lovely.
Snapping his head back like a Tonka toy.
They were all
Ahmed
miners.
threw a little bit of left hand at him, and
My dad was from
Absolutely, baby.
Italy. My mom was from Nova
that's why
Scotia.
he is
Imagine that.
Barrera.
I'm gonna just let it run here. I'm gonna lower the volume so they can hear us speak a little
But
bit.
you see it. You see how he
Lennox,
comes.
that's your guy, Johnny.
That's it, Lennox.
Nassim Ahmed, the
Yeah.
playing heavyweight
All right, so we got Barrera up in. In the meantime, you want to tell any of the crowd, anybody in our crew about Lennox Lewis real brief? Was he a good guy?
Lennox was a very good guy. I really can't say anything bad about him. The only thing I didn't like is when he became world professional champion that he decided instead of being Canadian, he was all of a sudden English, right?
He went to England, yeah.
Yeah. So that
I never even knew. You know, I learned a lot. We'll talk about it after.
Yeah.
All his roots were Canadian up until he became champ, and then he became an Englishman.
But he had a very good trainer from Kitchener. His first name was Arnie. I can't really remember his last name. God, it
Go on,
gets
Mike.
me now. He was a terrific coach.
But you
That was a good one.
on one hand, one punch, with a skilled fighter like Barrera.
Thank you for sharing that, John.
Not a problem.
Look at it. Harold Letterman. Go back to scoring school, my friend.
He really should move his hands more, Jim. Those 3 rounds, I got him losing, but just because of inactivity.
All right.
I have him ahead 4 rounds to 2.
I started to say, even though Barrera's corner believes they're ahead in the fight, and Emmanuel Stewart tells Prince Nassim that he's behind in the fight, Harold Letterman has it even. In round 6 by CompuBox numbers, Hamed was only 8 of 28.
Maybe somebody give me for next Monday, whoever they think's Lennox Lewis' best fight was. Let's do a Lennox Lewis fight next week. Now, I could show him destroying Mike Tyson, and that would be enjoyable after he said he was going to eat his children and do all those things. That was enjoyable to watch Lennox do what he did to him. But maybe there's a better Lennox Lewis fight out there.
I like Lennox Lewis as a heavyweight, but I don't like him. You know what I mean? And I'm Canadian. Why?
No nonsense now.
I don't know. I just like the U.S. based heavyweights, the way they present themselves, the way they fought. Can you compare Lennox Lewis to Muhammad Ali? No. Can you compare Lennox Lewis to Joe Frazier? No. Can you compare Lennox Lewis to George Chavello? No. Can you compare Lennox Lewis to George Foreman? No. Right? Like it was an era. That's it. That's all. But to put that back,
I'm going to ask you something that has to do with that after this round.
He wouldn't have even been top 10. Yeah, he wouldn't even made top 10 against those guys. No, he wouldn't have. He wouldn't have. No.
That's why we got to like tuning in here, because we're always going to get our true perspective. Whatever we feel, you're going to hear.
Those guys were too powerful. Way too powerful.
We don't have many people in here tonight, guys. If we could get as many likes and as many thumbs up, that helps us out. We're going to always do boxing. It's part of what we do. We're always going to do it. So it ain't going away. Just like we're going to do a lot of other combat stuff, too.
That's right. Yeah.
It ain't going nowhere.
From the prince's nose.
No.
The royal nose with some royal blood.
Look at him just peppering that jab in his face. All right, here we go.
See, and it's sad because between me and you, I honestly think the boxing game isn't like the way it used to be. You know what I mean? It's not.
Yeah.
It's changed.
Now you were talking about Lennox Lewis, and when I'm not gonna. You're the guy that lived in the ring.
Yeah.
What I know about Lennox Lewis, I didn't study him enough, but I will know this. Like Davey T mentioned, he had a piston-like jab when he was right. Now I will say this. I like how you broke it down. You named a bunch of American heavyweights, and even George Chavello, he couldn't hold their weight. But
nope.
When, like Davey T said, he had a piston jab. Larry Holmes was known for a jab. Do you think Lennox had a jab even close to what Larry Holmes was?
I think Larry Holmes was better.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to know. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And that's why people tune into the reality.
You know who I think was even better yet? Tommy Morrison.
The Duke.
The fucking Duke.
Somebody just told me his son's fighting.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it was Nicky told me his son's a fighter.
That guy could punch. That guy could punch. And he was related, do you know he was related to John Wayne?
Good call, David.
Eh? He was related to John Wayne.
We need to throw the left hand, right? You're holding too much on it, right? You're holding too much with it, right?
See, he's too good looking still.
Yeah, a lot of the reasons why I didn't like Hassim was, especially, the showboat and shit. And, I wasn't a huge Camacho guy, even though I respected the shit out of Hector's talent.
Yeah.
And he beat a couple of guys. He beat a guy from my neighborhood, Flushing Queens, Kevin Kelly. They used to call him the Flushing Flash. He beat Kevin. So, I always rooted hard against him, and that's the truth.
The only other guy to get away with that is Mayweather, the money man. A lot of
leave
people
him for another night. I didn't like him either, but
he's
doesn't
such
sound
a
like I
good
didn't like
fighter.
anybody.
You got to catch him. You got to catch him. He's that good. He's that good.
I thought Zach Judy gave him a good run for a little bit, and Marcus Madonna, but
yeah. But the money man, you got to catch him to beat him. The only way to beat him is knock him out.
great defensive.
Otherwise, you're not going to beat him.
I can't, like this is like, look how, and he did this for so many years. I mean, as long as, he lasted.
You see the Prince getting closer and closer to the ropes with his back himself.
This is a good fight, actually.
He had Barrera moving.
I used to watch a lot of this kind of
Boy, HBO boxing back in the day, right?
Hector Camacho, like I say, Ore Paez. Check him out, Ore Paez. He would win a fight and do a backflip. Like,
I tell you, it's funny we bring up Floyd Mayweather. I didn't know Floyd Mayweather. Never.
Poof, right underneath the arm. See that? Poof. Yeah. Watch this. Right underneath the left arm. I mean, right arm. Puts it right underneath his body. Bang. Put it right into him. Beautiful shot.
Thing about Prince, when he doesn't have anything else, he's got power.
And he lands another left hand upstairs.
That's right, Barrera. Like I say, he keeps his composure, stays cool, just plays the fucking.
Oh, big right hand. Big right hand.
Yeah. Like this guy is just not fighting. You know,
in football, when we play special teams and you run down the field and lay somebody out, or you knock them cold, call that spaghetti legging.
He's there for a bubblegum show.
Yeah, man. Run down the field and just put the wood to somebody. I just got pumped up watching that.
Yep. Like I say, who fights with their hands down? Come on. Even the best of the world, even the best of the guys. You know, it's like pointing a gun at somebody and shooting yourself in the foot.
It's obvious he didn't listen to a word Emmanuel said. Not a word. Because none of Emmanuel's fighters fought like this. None of them.
Yeah.
And he had Lennox. He had Lennox.
Like I told you last time in the interview, remember?
Yep.
The coach can tell a fighter anything when he comes into that corner, but is he able to go onto the floor and commit to that, what he told him to do? That's hard to do. That's hard to do, right? Once a fighter gets something in his mind, he's going to go do it himself. Coach can't change his mind.
Let me say hello to a couple of more of your friends. Jamie Pagandam.
Hey, Jamie.
Jamie will be coming on shortly. Scotty Guns will be coming on shortly. Scotty Bullet will be coming on shortly. We got a lot of people going to be coming on soon. Joe hopefully will come on soon, and some others. And we're just working. We're working behind the scenes to make these things happen.
Absolutely. Yeah, you got to get him on there, Jamie Pagandam and his brother.
Yeah, Jamie's going to come on.
I'm telling you right now, Craig, best boxers in Canada ever.
Wow, that's saying a lot.
Best boxers ever. Best boxers ever.
Those are very kind words to say for somebody.
Yeah.
Coming from a guy that spent time in the ring, you know what I mean? That means a lot.
Yeah. Super fighters, man.
That's like me telling you somebody's got better mozzarella than somebody else over here.
Way better than me. Way better than me. I'll tell you. I have no problem saying that.
Significantly more, landing significantly more. Barrera 62 to 36 head in power connects. Round 9 begins.
Thank you, Nick. I like it. I like it. Absolutely. His hands are at his waist. His balance is leaning back. I mean, I don't know how he's, he never tasted the canvas or what. Oh, everything.
It just made sense. It just made sense, right?
I'm gonna tell you something. At the end of the fight, I'm gonna say something that reminds me of somebody that does fights a certain way in MMA. I'll say it later. If you guys watch MMA, I know a bunch do.
Are you going to eat a popsicle backwards?
No. And I'm never going to pick up a wooden nickel.
That's why these guys lose these fights. because they're too cocky.
Look at him. If I'm correct, his
You know,
father,
Stugotz.
yeah, yeah. Did his father manage him too? Like, not, I know Emmanuel was in his corner, or is that, am I thinking of Amir Khan?
Stand straight up. This is the way we were taught by Hank Boone. Super great coach. Keep
Do you
your hands
remember
up.
Amir Khan?
Who?
Amir Khan.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But he didn't have, at least he fought more, you know, and he was a warrior. I mean, he went out like on his shield all the time. All the time. Guy took some brutal knockouts at the end.
But what our coach would do is when we had our hands up, and then he would try to divert our attention for something, and he'd smack us in the side of the face, right? And say, "See, told you, keep your hands up," right? Very smart trainer.
Hey, Johnny, do you have any fluorescent paint at home you could dip your head in a bucket? This way we can. John, you know we got red balls. You know
Look out! Look out! Yeah, I know. I'm pretty dark, eh?
Nikki said maybe you got a nighttime vest. We can see with the reflectors. You know, maybe you're a jogger at night.
I kind of like it this way. Maybe I'll grab my cat.
Give him a break. He's new at this. He's going to be all right.
Yeah, you got to see my cat. She's cool.
I love having you, bud.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just the lighting, I guess. I think if I went this way. Let's see. Is that better?
Look what we got poor Johnny doing.
I'm trying to. Nah, it ain't working. I'm trying to move the table around.
This is going to not sound right, but is there any funeral homes in your area that we might be able to get some lighting in the local funeral?
Yeah, because I sit in my bedroom, eh? That's all.
I love you, man. All right, so right now we got Barrera busting this guy's ass. I mean, that's what I see. John, you want anything I haven't said here? I don't know how they have this close.
Yes. You know why? Because the judges are just looking at the way that Hassan is, you know, showboat. But the way Barrera is carrying himself, you watch. See? So how can he be ahead when they just show this? Look, how can he be ahead? Like, really?
He was in against a complete.
Mikey Moniel said, go outside, take a picture outside of the sun and use it as an avatar. Good one, Michael.
One thing about Mexican fighters, because I fought, like I said, Carvajal, they know how to defend and they know how to protect. They are very, very smart fighters.
You haven't seen a real hard left hand for the Prince, at least in the last 4 or 5 rounds.
If my wife wasn't watching, I would tell you something about Mexican women, but she's watching, so I can't say it.
Well, it works that way too. Watch this. Bang, bang, bang. You're gonna get him.
Now his corner for the first time told him to put together 5 shots. And I believe him, if he can put together
Barrera waits. Watch.
Oh, he's just bending him with that jab, bending him.
Counter punches right over top.
Bodying him, putting all that weight on him. He's just bigger, stronger.
Watch it. Watch this. Watch. He's gonna come again. Watch. And then here he comes. Watch.
Slugger who's getting hit too frequently to get it done here. There's a big left hand. Barrera covering up.
Barrera's playing possum.
There's a hard right hand by Nassim.
Unbelievable.
See that right left hand?
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Catches him on the left.
That's the line of the night, Michael. You get the award. You joke of the night. That's a good one.
Like I say, who fights like that?
I'm gonna compare it to somebody in the UFC.
With your gloves down to your waist. Come on.
Yeah.
I don't care how fast you are, how good you are.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You're going to get punched in the face.
Yeah.
Right? You're not that fast.
can't believe 28 out of 30
God.
hits, Ahmed. Where is the respect for Marco
That's just
Antonio Barrera?
stupid.
But it's right now.
I never told you, John, where I'm from, we have a heavyweight that came out of my neighborhood that fought for a title. He fought Evander Holyfield. He would be considered a journeyman, but he had a couple of big fights, and he went for, at least he went for it in those fights. He went for it. He went some 7-8 rounds with Evander, I think. He landed some shots. He did well. Vinny Matalone.
What was his name?
Yeah, good guy, Vinny. My daughter had her, I think it was my daughter, we had our 21st birthday party in his lounge in Queens, Whiteside, Queens. Good guy, Vinny.
Cool.
The combinations have been thrown by Barrera. 10 rounds in the books.
Hey, Barrera. Hey, he's putting the pressure on, eh?
Johnny, they're running, supposedly YouTube has another channel up, and they want to know if within the next 15 minutes, we can get the whites of your eyeballs any whiter, maybe with remember remember the liquid, the whiteout? Yeah. Yeah, we'll get the new inks they use for tattoos. Stevie, I had to say it. It's been right here. Especially if you knew the guy. You know what I mean? Like his party was in his place.
You might get.
Duke, what's up, Duke? Duke, I just want you to know Johnny Farinacci is still in the right corner. I'm going to talk him through this. Don't worry about his music. Hear his voice. That's all that matters. He's still good looking.
6 minutes left for Marco Antonio Barrera.
Who was your mentor, Johnny, in the fight game? Who would you say is your mentor? Like somebody really mentored you?
That a little better?
Oh, that's amazing.
There you go.
Who was your mentor, John? You had many. Like, who's one guy you really leaned on?
When I was
Boxing.
fighting,
Yeah.
my coach, Hank Boone.
All right. What would he say to you right now if he saw you sitting in the dark?
Larry Merchant is in Prince Nassim's corner with Emmanuel Stewart. Larry, what's up?
Jokes are flying in.
She's wild.
Wait a second. I got a great story to share after this. I love you, buddy. Thank you.
Hank was good because he always.
Hey, whenever you want to break chops, break chops. It's a two-way street. Keep breaking them.
Yeah, Hank was good because he always taught me how to be tough, but still be a person. You know what I mean?
Right. Be a human being.
He was a very respectable coach.
Would he ever taught you to fight like Hamed is fighting here?
Sorry?
Thank you.
Nikki said at 12 he was talking, he could hands up.
Yeah, no, he was just a super coach.
Oh, the jokes are flying in. You got to start singing. Remember the song, Blinded by the Light? Blinded by the light. Wake up like a news and know the room we're in now. She got down, but she never knows anymore. Nick, come on, you got to join in here. We got to get him.
Absolutely. I'm trying to move this light over, see maybe it gets a little lighter, but kind of hard.
We got to get you, Johnny, on like a crime scene investigation show. And like going out there, we got to throw a bucket of luminol on you to see
who is that guy?
any fluids, God forbid, or there's still a silhouette of you there. Hey, I gotta enjoy this now because you're gonna get me one week. I know it. Sorry, guys, we're having fun here. It's a lot better now, Johnny, but I gotta ride this out because I don't know when I'm gonna get this opportunity again.
Well, the sun is setting. That's why, eh?
You notice I made sure that I'm nice and clear before I start messing with somebody, so I can't be attacked. Oh, now I got you good. Now it's much better. All kidding aside, much better.
Better now.
Yeah, I mean, if we were visiting in a rubber room, yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, you couldn't even see me, yeah. But he's over there.
I love you, man. Send me a bill. Don't worry, I'll pay it. It's worth it. I'm sorry, guys. Now back to you, Johnny.
Yeah, I apologize too.
Nah, John, you're the man.
I'm gonna
You
have
know
to
it.
get my electrician in here to do some lighting.
No, you know, my old man used to tell him, my father was, oh, God, brutal. I used to tell him, yeah, there's a, like we're joking around now about lights. So if I ever said to him, yeah, I'm having a problem with my lights, which, maybe I said, maybe, yeah, you know what the problem is? Try paying your bill, he would say to me. Maybe pay your bill, you won't have a problem with your lights.
That's exactly the way we are, right?
No bullshit. No, I'm not telling you that. I'm just saying, yeah, I'm having a problem with my refrigerator. Yeah, you know what it is? You got no food in your refrigerator. That's the problem you have. Go to work and put food. Oh, this is turning into something else. And it's always fun to watch the team get his face kicked in. So
I know, Barrera, like I say,
that's it. We can get, all right, everybody sending in comments. Michael's right. You should think about working in the photography business. You got a dark room right there. You don't need to develop pictures right where you are.
So in the last 6 rounds, Marco's won 5 of them. And I tell you, I think the secret is stay away from.
I say, I like the way Barrera fights compared
Yeah,
to
he just keeps coming. A lot of Canelo. I see a lot of Canelo. It's that Mexican thing, but it just keep coming. And this kid's got no answer but throwing his head all over the place.
You would never, ever, ever see this in amateur fighting, a guy doing this kind of stuff, putting his arms down to his, you know what I mean?
Love you, Roy.
It only happens in professional, right?
We joked around a little bit tonight. We had some fun, buddy. Thank you, man. Thank you, pal. Always being in touch with you too, bud. Johnny's awesome. Johnny's going to be part of this. He knows that. Let me tell you, these guys up in that area up north, they don't mess around. You got to see the bill Johnny sent me for the last interview we did. I can't wait to see this next one.
That's it.
So, Johnny, you hear what Michael said?
What's that?
You know the photographers years ago, you had to go into the dark room to develop pictures?
Can't hear you too good.
You remember years ago, the photographers had the dark room they had to go into to develop pictures?
Yeah.
You got a dark room right there. You can make a ton of money. You got a new business.
That's a cat.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a Maine Coon. You ever see a Maine Coon?
No.
No?
And my name in Italian.
It's like a bobcat. You ever see a bobcat?
Yeah. I mean, not in my backyard, but,
Watch this.
Are you serious, dude? Ladies and gentlemen, we might have a bobcat. What?
See?
Look at the size of that dude.
Look. It's a Mimi. Look.
Yo, he's huge. He's beautiful, man.
Look at the size of this cat. Yeah. It's a Maine Coon.
Yo, he's huge. What's he weigh?
20 pounds.
What do you give him? Pepperoni, mozzarella, double roll, everything?
You Google the breed, they're absolutely they're like a dog, but they're a cat. They shake a paw, they sit down, like unbelievable cats.
Dookie, what's happening, Dookie? You still with us, Duke? I don't blame. We're joking around here. I mean, we're watching a Met get his face kicked in. No, Met's getting his face kicked in. Look at this. I've never seen a guy with such weird movements like this.
Barrera.
And how did this one wind up with him?
You're gonna sneak a decision. Watch.
Boy, this. It's not always the best looking guy gets the girl. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, to me, being a boxer, that's my kind of boxer right there. That guy they're showing right now.
Keeps coming, bringing it.
Prince Hamid, he's not my kind of boxer. To me, he's a showboat, and I don't like showboats.
You know, I decided, Johnny, for my comeback fight, I'm going to have all our subs and our chat crew work my corner. Okay?
Yeah.
So we're going to have like 500 people in the corner. But you, Nick, Davey T, Roy, you know, Stevie, we're going to have like maybe 10 main guys. You know, we're going to try to maybe get me in against another YouTuber out there.
Do you see her now in the background? Look at her.
Oh, this is quality lighting now.
Look at her.
Nah, listen, nobody better than you, Johnny. Nobody. I love you, man.
Huge. She's a huge cat.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm a man of my word, John. I'm gonna go to, there's a place here, Party City, and get the skeleton costume for Halloween. You know, the kids wear, and it glows in the dark. At least we can get.
I'm the guy.
And Patricia Dorman Manning scores it 115 to 112.
You see that little
Michael,
guy
I hope
coming?
we're having fun here. I'm sorry, guys. We're just having a
Greg,
good
if
time.
you see that little guy coming, you better be fucking scared.
Nick is getting mad. Oh, man, this is great. Hey, guys, if you want to stick around, John, I know you got to get up early, but if you want to joke around for another 5 minutes, then it's up to you.
Yeah.
You got another 5 minutes, or it's time for bed?
I got 5 minutes.
All right, let's get out of this. I want to talk to the crew. You know, Bob Popper, I had enough of you. I don't like the Giants. You're done. He does the New York Giant football games.
Good fight.
Get rid of this, and let's go. Let's go sit under the Brooklyn Bridge.
Okay. Jeez, I haven't done that.
Shut up, Bob Popper. I had enough of you.
Oh,
All right, John. I just want to thank you.
10 days, I see.
I want to thank you. Can you see me, buddy? I see you. You see, what I did was I put the Brooklyn Bridge behind us because it was light. So we've actually taken the light now from the outside and illuminated you. So all kidding
That's
aside,
a little better, eh?
I want to thank you so much,
There,
brother.
how's that? Is that a little better?
You're awesome, bro. I only break your chops. I love you, man. Thank you for coming on tonight. Everybody appreciates you coming here. Next Monday night, same time, same bad channel. And I promise you, I am going to sit in total darkness so you can fuck with me. Okay?
You know what? U.S. or Canada, we both love each other. You know what I mean?
My man. My man.
I mean that totally from the
And I'm coming up there, so I expect you guys to. Right, I better be nice because I want to be showing a lot of love. So I got to show you New York love here. And tonight we broke chops, but that just means we love you when we break chops like this.
Absolutely.
You know this. Being a Paisan, whether you're up north or down south, it don't matter.
It don't matter.
We only love you. You know you're loved when you get your chops broken, right or wrong?
Well, that's part of the game, right?
Part of the game.
Ever since we grew up, that's what it was.
Am I right, Stevie Dickey? Am I right, Nick?
It's just how you react, right?
Absolutely. Hey, Johnny, I thought I might have saw a picture of you. Maybe you could tell me if this is true. I know you boxed. I know you did a lot of things.
Yeah.
Are you into the motorcycle thing?
Yep.
Well, as from a youngster,
I drive a Harley.
To this day?
Absolutely. Fired it up yesterday.
How's she sound?
She sounds pretty good.
She humming?
I got a 1991 FXR force winder intake. I run it, believe it or not, on airplane fuel.
You guys got to teach me. You guys got to teach me all that biker stuff, and I love it, man. Because I'm out of my league right now.
We're pretty fucking crazy up here in Canada.
Yeah, no, I mean even the car thing. Like my grandfather had a gas station, and they talk the car shit. It's got a 450 in it with a what? I had no passion for that. I was busy learning how to run routes and catch footballs. I know even cars, like same thing. Now, more love for wanting to ride motorcycles, but never could say I did. And when I really was serious about getting one, I was told I was going through a midlife crisis. Well,
I got a headlight on the bike, but I do not have turn signals, unfortunately. I use hand signals, and I'm not lying. I actually use hand signals to this day.
Hey,
Yeah.
Hey, Nick, how about you? Do you still ride, Nick? Do you ride? Davey T, have you ever rode? I'm honest, man. I always loved I always loved the Harley, loved to look at it, loved the beauty of it, appreciated it, just never rode. And I had friends that rode. I drove, at bikes. I just didn't.
I'll send you a picture of my bike, Craig.
Yeah, send some pictures in. We'll make a nice, a little tribute video for next Monday night before you come on stage. We'll have a whole Easy Rider intro.
That's it. Yeah.
Nice. Oh, Davey says, nice. Got a couple of Harleys in my garage and my knees in the breeze. Oh, that must be biker talk, Davey. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Johnny, is he talking your language?
Yeah, sure.
All right, Davey T. I didn't know you were a Harley man, Davey. So it's safe to say. Now, I wasn't, I never a guy that owned a bike, but I understood having friends of mine that were Harley guys.
He's always in the garage and knees in the breeze.
He's got 2 Harleys in the garage.
That means he's got his feet up in the air while he's riding down the street.
That's what it means? All right.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the crotch rockets?
Cruising, knees in the breeze. Yeah.
What do you think about crotch rockets?
Nice bikes. I used to race motocross when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And then in '83, I bought my first Harley XLX 1000. And crotch rockets are nice, but you gotta be really, really responsive and smart to drive those. You gotta be smart and responsive to drive any bike. But when you're on a crotch rocket, the what do they call? The torque and the RPM is just
you got to respect the power, yeah.
Yeah. But I always tell a lot of people, throttle can get you out of trouble instead of in trouble.
Yeah. I was never, even as a young kid,
you're up beside an 18-wheel reefer and you're riding up beside him, just fucking give her and just get away from him and get in front of that transport truck to just get away from trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I was never,
Absolutely.
I'm not ashamed to say this in any way. I'll say it. I was never a speed demon. I had a brother. He's no longer with us, but he was a maniac.
Yeah.
He was a car thief, all of that, whatever. And he would, 100 miles an hour on the side street, out of control. Ram into somebody on the highway, do a total 360, fly off get me to, crazy shit. So maybe that's why I didn't like speed. Maybe I got the speed scared out of me at a young age. But I always was into the more. Now, but that's why I like Harleys, because I viewed it more as, yes, I know they're powerful, but more of a cruising type of thing. So the crotch rocket was definitely not for me.
No.
And with cars, I like more of a luxury. When I had the opportunity to get nice cars, it was more of again, I get that typical. I did like Cadillacs. I was a Cadillac kind of guy. Saw the ones that came before me like Cadillacs, so I like Cadillac. But
all Italians are, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think it's a stereotype. I think it's true. I think we did like Cadillacs.
It's either that or you get the Oldsmobile Cutlass, eh?
Yeah, the Cutlass Sierra. You had so many. Remember the Ford? Ford made one. The New Yorker. They tried to make it look like the Barretts. Remember the Barretts back in the day?
Yeah, with the stainless steel roof. Eldorado.
Yeah.
Barretts.
Now we're talking cars. Now here we go. But John, I want to thank you so much, man. Thank you for the laughs. Thanks for the knowledge. I'm looking forward to, every Monday night with you. Whenever you can't make it, you'll let me know. Next week, we'll put another good fight together. We'll definitely, within a week time, I can get the reflectors up to you, the luminol, and any transparent paint that we need so we can... I got to end it with that. I love you, man.
I'll get my electricians to work.
Yeah. I love you, bud. And next week, I promise you, I'm going to sit in the dark so you can mess with me. You be well, my brother. Get a good night's rest. Thank you for everything tonight. Thank you.
It
means a lot to me.
All right.
Thank you.
Love you.
Thank you, brother. What's up, guys? We out? All right. We only got a few of us in here. I don't know who's here, who isn't. Probably everybody bailed. That's cool. We had some laughs tonight. It was just, Davey, I never knew that you know, I mean, you don't know unless you ask. You know, the biker stuff. Yeah, I grew up around a lot of guys that were into bikes, and I just, I don't know. Maybe my dad never had one, you know, I don't know. I just, I always liked them from afar, just never had, you know, that's the truth. But, that's it. I hope, I want to thank everybody for coming in as always. Tomorrow night, another show. Can't say what it will be. It'll be either the Tommy Real Deal Doorman series, talking about one of the events we worked. Could be a mob night. You know, my time in the street. I'm going to start to amp the stories up a little more. Not stories, not to amp them up. I mean, talk about some. You know, I'm not going to hold back so much on choosing my words correctly. I try to, but you know what? I'll say what I have to say. You know, I never put nobody's in harm's way. I'm only put myself in harm's way if I say anything. But anyway, you know, we just keep it real 100%, and that's what we do, and we keep it moving. Thank you, everybody, for coming in tonight, whether it's 1 or 100. We had a good time. I had some laughs. Thank you. Maybe got a little too far with the breaking chops, but Johnny's a great sport, and I'm sure I'm going to pay for it. I'm sure I'll get it back double or triple. Thank you, Duke. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Baywatcher, whether everybody's here or not. Davey T, always, brother. Michael, really, thank you for coming in, man. Come around, brother. We have some laughs. Stevie, thank you, my brother. Benny. Nick, let's go. You know, maybe we'll do hockey night tomorrow night. You like the Maple Leafs. Davey T loves his Bruins. Maybe we'll do something with hockey. I don't know. We'll figure something out. Duke, thank you, my brother. OG Ruby, Tracy, Cinnamon Girl, all our prayers go out to you and your loved ones. We mean that, Cinnamon Girl, so much. I'm going to reach out to you. I'm a little hesitant on doing that. Yeah, absolutely, Stevie. You know, one of them nights, and like I said, you know, Stevie, the truth is, whether it's 1 or 30 or 40 or whatever it is, we're going to say what we have to say and talk, you know. For a long time, I talked to myself in this camera, so I got used to it. But, you know, some people don't, you know, also just watch from the weeds and don't like to, you know, participate, and I get it, you know. But I thank everybody. Roy, we had a great conversation today from Ireland. I mean, I could actually say I know, you know, I know our people that are in here, and it's awesome. OG Ruby, thank you. OG Mike, thank you for coming in. I know you had your own show tonight. I'll try to jump on there, check you guys out. Johnny Farinacci again, thank you. Thank everybody up in that Niagara area on both sides. Right, Stevie? Tommy Real Deal. Hopefully you'll be here. Craig, did I play hockey? I'm glad you asked that question. I'm sure nobody wants to hear the whole answer to this, but I'm going to get right to it. I grew up, as I said, I didn't really get into it, but I was an athlete, yes. I played football, baseball. All my friends played roller hockey. We didn't have ice over here, so you played roller hockey. But I'm going to keep it 100% real for you. Football equipment was not cheap, so it was football or hockey. I played football. Baseball, not an expensive sport. You don't need much. Plus, honestly, back then, is not to make this ain't a mob show, but I used to get the stuff that would fall off a truck all the time between the cleats and the baseball gloves. Forget it. Yeah, we played. I had a lot of friends I grew up with. All played the roller hockey. I always wanted to play. I love this. As I got old, I really love it. If I told Dave T who I root for, he probably would not believe it. It's another enemy team. It's not a New York team. If you notice, the only New York teams I like are the Yankees and the Knicks. I'm a Steeler fan from NFL. I'm a Penn State Nittany Lion fan in college football. I'm a Philadelphia Flyer fan in hockey. Why is that? Well, growing up in the 70s, you'd have to bring it to that, right? Growing up in the 70s, I was playing ball. The Steelers were a team that were nasty. I loved watching them. My brother was a Raider fan, and he became still, and the Flyers were that dirty. They always were fighting, so that attracted me to like the Flyers. And I never, I'm a true fan because, as you know, us Flyers, we haven't won anything in many, many years. Stevie, you're a Sabre, Stevie, you're a Sabre fan? Davey, I know you're a Bruin all the way. Yeah. If Nick was here right now, I know Nick is gone. Otherwise, we'd be, oh man, because I've been breaking his chops at the Maple Leafs. But he's got it over me because my Flyers didn't, my Flyers didn't get to the playoffs. We had great jersey. Yeah, it's another thing too, Steeler uniform, Flyer uniform. When I was a young kid, I started playing football at 6, I think. I actually played for the Jets for the first team I played for, so we wore a Jet uniform. And I told everybody here, I grew up, I am literally 7 minutes from Shea Stadium, which is now Citi Field, where the Jets played forever. And I grew up a Steeler fan. And yet, as a young kid, I wore a Jet jersey. I didn't become the team, the organization, the College Point Steelers, until I was like 12 or 13. 12, 13. And, they were still winning, but I was a Steeler fan at a young age. So it's safe to say I've been rooting for the Steelers I'm 57. I could literally tell you I remember watching 72's the Immaculate Reception, so that puts me at 5. So I could only say highlights, but I'll tell you, I could distinctly tell you about the Steelers and Vikings Super Bowl. I was a Steelers fan. Yeah. No, but don't even get me started with how the game is. They're making it. They keep changing. I don't even want to get started about what they're doing to the NFL game, but that draft was, I'm upset. I'm crazy with the draft. The draft was a 3-day event for me and my crew. You know what I mean? I don't do none on the weekends usually with YouTube. So I watched Friday night. I got home we did 3.5 hours of it. It was fun. We had laughs. But Saturday I was able to watch the rounds 2 and 3. And then rounds 4 through 7, all 7 hours. Hey, some people like to, skim rocks in the water or go fishing. I never fished. Nobody told me they had to fish. I ain't crying about it. But I wasn't big on the fishing thing, maybe later in life, before my father-in-law passed away. I went fishing for the first time. I enjoyed it. I also will tell you the truth. I threw the whole rod into a tree. I tried to put a little too much on it. I never did it before and got caught up in a tree. Wish we had that on video. That would have been a good one. Well, I think, Michael, they're heading that way. Well, I'll tell you where they're heading first. Where they're heading first is they're pushing. There will be. I don't know if there will be, but there's going to be a woman on an NFL sideline. There already is. No, I'm talking about in a prominent role. I'm not talking about the front office. They're pushing for a woman head coach eventually. It doesn't work. It doesn't work in the locker room. There's 1,000 reasons why it won't work. Anybody that's played the game knows what's talked about in the locker room, what goes on in locker rooms. It's saying about me look, I don't think women referees belong refereeing the game of football. They're not respected. That's my opinion. Just like I don't think men should be doing things. I don't know. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that are, I don't know. We can't have women involved in physical sports. From a referee standpoint, how one of these women refs have not been run over yet is beyond me. But, right, we've already taken the zone. Now you got me on a roll here. We've already taken the hit zone, right? We can't hit below the knees, right? We can't go below the knees, and we can't go above the numbers. So now we're looking at a zone. I'm holding my other hand at the waist and here. So we're asking players that being twisted and turned, running like lightning speed, 330 pounds, whatever you want to use, to change gravity. We're also telling them don't land with your body weight on them. Don't lead with the crown of the helmet. Don't do this. Don't do that. I will tell you this. Everything I was taught, and I played up until I was 23. I was still playing ball, right? A little old, right? I had a family. I had two young. Well, my daughter was born. My boys weren't born yet. Married with a daughter. I was still playing football. We still would, you ready to know how to play the game, but we had coaches that still like to teach. The way we were taught to play the game, we would be imprisoned. You go to prison today. They're making it flag football. The way you see the Pro Bowl now, there's a bunch of competitions. It's set. The quarterback can do. You wonder why these quarterbacks throw for 5,000, 6,000 yards, whatever numbers. Think about a guy like Dan Marino. Nothing to do with him being a Goomba. Nothing, zero. Or going to Pittsburgh. I didn't like Pittsburgh. I rooted for Penn State. I'm just using him. Elway. I didn't like, I'm not fans of none of them. Think about what they did, the numbers they put up. When cornerbacks were still allowed to play the game. Cornerbacks, defenses can't play the game no more. You can't hit a guy coming across the middle. You can't hit somebody. You can't crack back block. You can't, if you're deemed out of the play, you can't hit a guy. We were told to hit to the whistle blows. That means if you're jogging down the sideline and you're not paying attention, you got your head taken off. That's why head on a swivel, right? I know I could go on a rant. I don't want to go to rant about it, but it is true. They changed the game to where it upsets me. The pitch clock in baseball. I get it. Some pitches take forever to throw, but you're changing that game. You can only throw over twice. The third time, you get second base. I think it's some rule like that. What? So now you've taken me throwing over. I can't throw over. I can only throw over twice. So, as a base runner, could you imagine if Ricky Henderson was playing today? How many stolen bases he would have? Because Ricky Henderson took crazy leads. His leads were incredible. I'd be teaching that. I'd be playing more aggressive if I was on the bases. I'd be managing that way. Let's be aggressive. Push that lead. We're taking 2 steps, take a third step. Let's dare him to throw over. And if he don't throw over, we're going to walk into second. I don't know. I think things a little different. I'm not saying I'm right. I believe in safety. Davey, I want to tell you this. Nobody would ever thought this would come from me. I started playing ball at 6 years old. Now that I have grandchildren, right? I don't think we should be playing ball at 6 years old and banging heads. I don't. But I do think, I don't know what the right age is because I'm not a neuropsychologist, scientist, or whatever freaking term they want to use. Neuro is one of them. The beginning of it. I think one of my sons did a little study on it. Our brains aren't developed till we're adults, but when we're 5 and 6 and we're banging heads, and I understand people say, well, you don't have a head yet. You shouldn't be banging heads. You can't, your brain is moving. Look, if you want to say we should start letting our kids play football at 11, I'll listen to it. I believe it's better than 5 and 6 because I will tell you from my standpoint, by the time I got to 17 and, I knew the high schools were done with my act, and whatnot. And that's what, I still kept playing, but I have no idea how many concussions forget it. That was we played at a time, and, going back to the 80s, I'm sure maybe there's some of my old teammates watch this. You know, forget it. You couldn't tell your coach, "Oh, don't put me in. You know, my head hurts." What? That's Pop Warner. Forget about, as you get up there. I'm telling you, I'm 23 or 22, 21. We're playing unlimited, what you called it, or some people said whatever you call it. No weight limit, no age limit. And you're banging. You got to get up for work the next day. You got a family to feed. You're not getting paid to play, but you think you're going to get a look, your last look, maybe someone's going to see. Whatever your reason for playing is. Maybe you just loved it. That's why I played. But maybe in the back of my head, but then I transitioned into the studying part of it. But yeah, I don't think we should be banging heads. I have a grandson that's going to be 6, and they're already traveling to other states. 6U, they call it, Antonio's son, Santino. He's playing, and they travel. They go across the country. You cannot believe how these teams are funded. 3 different uniforms. You got to see this. Unbelievable. So, I advised what I could advise. Yeah. Ronnie Lott, great guy to bring up. Ronnie Lott. Didn't Ronnie Lott, if the story is correct, didn't Ronnie Lott lose a finger on the field, or told his doctor on the sideline to cut the rest of it off and tape it up because he was going back in? Like, his finger was so mangled, bone was out and everything. Got to go back, look at the story, search for it. You'll find it. Ronnie Lott lost, I think, a pinky or a finger in the game. Got caught up in a helmet, whatever the case may be, and they snipped a piece of the finger off. I remember, as a kid, Ted Hendricks, Raider, playing with a broken leg, right? We all remember the bad stuff, the Joe Theismann stuff, but this guy played with a broken leg. Phillip Rivers, years later, playing with a completely torn ACL. I played with a torn ACL, a ruptured ACL. Never had it repaired. I don't know how he played it at that level, because when I ruptured mine, I was out for 3 months. I couldn't move, but I came back very early and still played ball with a totally ruptured ACL. Swelling was down. This guy played with a complete tear of his ACL, playoff football, not a peep. Ronnie Lott was a special player, and I appreciated guys that played like Ronnie Lott. I don't care what helmet you wore. I was a big Donnie Shell guy, a big Mel Blount guy, Jack Lambert. I mean, the Steelers, but I could name, I can go to other teams. It's not just that. Ronnie Lott was special. Steve Atwater, Denver Broncos. I love safety play. I love it. At 23, I played linebacker a lot in my life. Tight end, linebacker, little quarterback, whatever. But at 23, I got a chance to play. Guy that played for Toronto, I think he played for Toronto Argonauts. He played up in Canada. He was our defensive coordinator. And he said, in certain situations, Gatto, they always call me my last name, we're going to put you at safety. So I was considered a big safety for, that kind of league. And I'll tell you, boy, it was fun. It was fun. Safety's fun. A lot of room, so you got to be quick. It wasn't, I had good straight speed. It wasn't quick twitch, though. But, I get a good head of steam up and put one on you. Yeah, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed playing safety, certain situations. But to me, it was not like playing inside backer. I played outside a lot. Ronnie Lott was special, man. The Pop Warner, I think they went to the Jet Wild, David. This is great stuff, man. Great stuff. I love sharing this stuff. You got to talk to Antonio. I got to, Antonio coaches. He's got so much going on, He works, with his son, my grandson. They have me come down. They play. Sometimes they're home. They play out of state. Like, their games are 60 miles from where we are. I mean, you've got a team coming in from Texas playing them in the state of New Jersey, which, last year one of the games was at a high school that my cousin actually played at, St. Joe's Regional in New Jersey. They have a good football program, but they had the 5 and 6 year olds there. So my grandson played with basically he was 5 playing with 6 and 7s. So now he's going to get the next 2 years with kids his age. So it's gonna, So I would, he would ask me to come down and me, I learned I sit way up. I don't want to, I'm not looking at a coach. But if something's asked me of my opinion, I'll give it. So, my opinion would be asked on certain things, and I'd give it. I find it better that way. I'm not as emotionally tied because when I was emotionally tied to coaching, I wasn't very good at handling the drama part of the parent part. That's the truth. That's the truth. The parent part of it. Parents are playing, living through their children, and the children aren't having fun. And yeah, you keep score for a reason. I'm all for that. I get it. And we got to be teaching these kids fundamentals, and that's not being taught because you got this parent and that parent saying, well, he should be a running back. He should be this. He should be that. Well, you know what? You should be 5 miles from here. Practice is over in 2 hours. I'll see you then. So I was never afraid to say that. So it didn't work out well. Not for me. I realized it wasn't good for me. That's great, though. You kids play Pop Warner. That's good stuff. But Pop Warner has gone by the wayside, I believe. Now they call it it's not gone by the wayside, but there's like so many different traveling organizations going on right now. I tell you about this 6U, 7U, 8U, 9U, and they all travel all across like my grandson. I mean, they went to California last year. Their team went to California from New York. You know what kind of sponsorships they got to come up with to pay for these trips and hotels and whatnot? It's nuts. Anyway, guys, I gave you I tried to stick around and talk a little football. I was good. Thank you for letting me talk a little football. We talked a little motorcycles. We had some fun with the fights. You guys have a great night. Whoever's here tomorrow night, I'll see you here tomorrow night. It'll be something, it'll be the street related or the Tommy Real Deal Doorman series. And I don't know, we'll talk about, maybe we'll do both. Maybe we'll do a street story and we'll do a Earth, Wind, and Fire story or something like that. Or something you just want to hear. Kiss. Tell you a Gene Simmons story. Who knows? But anyway, good night. I love you guys. You know that. Thank you all for coming.